Breaker are going to be able to take this one.
Yeah, I'm just a little concerned. Like I said, like the pieces just seem like they're harder to execute over on the side of 9 Pandas. And like you said, a lot of it's going to come down to this mid lane. It looks like Kiyotaka, had a very good control over the mid lane early on. But I also feel like even though we've got this change with these supports, with Antares being on the Tiny, I think that's going to help. But I'm not sure it's necessarily going to be quite enough.
Yeah, we will see. We'll see. I mean, a lot of it comes down to the laning phase here. And speaking of laning phase, look at the start here by 9 Pandas. Going down with 2 Calling Blades, Antares and Miero doing some deforestation work here. It's not time to plant a tree. Cut down every single tree. They're laning against Tree and Protector. Gonna make it very annoying for him to try and support here as the entire force is gone on the left side.
I want an April Fool's Day joke from Valve where if you're playing Treant and there's a Tiny in your game, he picks you up and uses you for like half a second, like just as a joke sort of thing. I feel like Dota players get real mad about that, but I think it'd be really funny.
You should do something. I mean, I love the events that we've had in Dota in the past. I missed the mod event, with all the different mods, custom things happening in the game where you had like the big heroes growing when they got kill streaks and stuff.
Yeah, that was fun. For
See the mid matchup here, perfectly even block, absolutely in the dead center here for the Invoker and the Arc Warden alike.
So you think that the Arc Warden comes out a little bit more on top here, yes?
I think maybe has a little bit of an edge, but it's not that big against the Invoker. But overall, I think it's more that he's not allowed to get ahead. He needs to be shut down.
They're definitely throwing their weight around here in this bottom lane, watching the Aron on Antares. They landed a nice Starbreaker early, but again, Maposha is just going to be able to keep healing, keep doing the sustain.
Natoro staying very, very low on strength here in the lane as well, just maxing out his damage here and more, trying to get some easy last hits.
Like,
and even without any trees nearby, Miposhka is happy to just run up and trade hits.
Ends up losing his courier, but I think he got his stuff delivered just in the nick of time, so...
I picked up extra tangles and gonna be able to provide some more regen for his Morphling should he need it.
So what's the lane that you want to particularly keep an eye on here? Which one do you think? I know, again, we talk about the mid lane all the time because you're a mid laner.
This game, it's the mid lane. I'm promising you, Moxie. This game, it is the mid lane. You have to focus the mid lane. I think even 4-minute rotations can be big towards mid because Arc Warden, he's going for a bottle. He's got bottle coming out. Getting these water runes away from him could be clutch. We see top lane a little bit fight for the D ward. It's going to be a nice D ward by Solo as he cleans his small camp. And Mira misses body blocking it. So the camp spawned, even though he was close enough to block it on Dark Willow.
So is this a situation where, you can have your supports rotate towards those 4 minutes without having your core suffer? Because like Ramsey's obviously he can be fine up there, right, if they make a rotation because he's a faceless void. But I'm a little concerned about like Yathro or Collapse.
Yeah, it's tough to leave the Spirit Breaker completely to himself. He kind of needs the help by the Dark Willow. But Spirit Breaker could also just commit for the early rotation. At least a 6-minute rune, he could probably make his own move as well.
Right.
We see Invoker just chasing in with EMP and a few right clicks here.
Yeah, both of these boys very low on mana, but of course with Kiyotaka picking up the bottle, will have a little bit more at his disposal.
Yeah, we see Laurel going for a bottle as well on Invoker. He has it queued up now, at least. You don't get much mana back anymore from the EMP. I heard it was bugged at first and you got 0% mana back.
Oh, okay. That's a nice start here for 9 Pandas. Ramsey's managing to put the moves over onto Collapse.
Yeah, good amount of damage there and definitely aggressive gameplay. We see the value of the time dilation. It's such an annoying spell. Just run people down and they don't get to use their survivability.
Laurel in the mid lane sitting so very low is going to be using that Ghost Walk. Ooh, that little spirit though, 30-something hit points.
He's regenning, but not fast enough here as, he's needing to last hit these creeps, but Kiyotaka is standing right there.
Bottle's here, though. Bottle's here, so he's going to be able to go and use that to his disposal. 4-minute runes are going to be up and has the magic wand. So we'll see. Looks like he's going to go for this top one.
Yeah,
and
we see the rotations.
Look at this. They're trying to stop Miposhka, but Antares will have to pick it up. That feels a little bad here for Kiyotaka because he could really use that little bit of extra mana. There's a blood grenade. Nice tornado tossed out. That spark rate, not quite enough damage again.
That was a lot of resources expended to try and bring down the treant, and he did live, but he runs into Antares again. Has to be careful. Miposhka hides in the trees.
He's like, wait, nope, please don't. They said that Antares is still there.
He makes it out. Antares didn't manage to find him in the end.
No regen left on Antares. Miposhka does have Tango left.
Yeah, so far, extremely even game for all the cores. Every single core between 21 to 18 last hits right now. Nobody being completely shut down. So this is shaping up to be a really good start for an exciting and even game here.
Get a couple of these pings off. And again, the tree just providing so much with being able to use that leech seed. Stabilizing the core's health and lane.
Yeah, the trades into leech seed are really, really good, but same thing can be said top. The fatal bonds, fighting into this so tough. Collapse, taking a lot of damage. Dark Willow pretty much forced to use Shadow Realm just to stop taking their harassment from the imps targeting her.
There we go. There's that time dilation. Mira trying to get a little bit of space. They use the Cursed Crown. Nice little bit of a dodge, though. Mira is going to have to go pop the Fairy Fire. Uses the Wand Charge. And Solo now in an awkward position because Miposhka is here. He's that Nature's Grasp, and they'll turn that gank right around.
That was a nice move by Miposhka. Very, very clever to use the gate and come in from behind there. A little XD comes in from Face's Void. Not sure what that's about by Ramses, but he's going to go back and farm. Miposhka even brought his courier through the gate, the walking courier. I haven't seen someone bring the walking courier through before.
I have not seen that either.
Normally the flying ones. Mids. Arcward
Pressure
diving.
being placed on Laurel. He's got the tornado up. Tara's taking a lot of damage. We'll go for the ghost one, but look at this. They dropped the sentries. They came prepared. Poshka in kind of an awkward position now. He sees them. They've got Dark Willow nearby. Mira needs to be careful himself here. So they use the leech seed. Oh, the ghosts.
God, I hate that little runt.
This is the power of the Arc Warden after the buff that he got. The most recent buff was not necessarily like that massive, getting the spark rate to do more damage to creeps. But Tempest Double, always being 100% HP and having a cast range, really changed how Arc Warden plays. Laurel's gonna get the Wisdom Rune. Wins out the trade versus Antares.
Oh, he's got the Cold Snap. Antares, he's trying to make his way over here, hoping maybe the creeps will help him out. Nah, it's a kill for Laurel. Definitely worth that rotation for the Wisdom and the kill.
Yeah, double Wisdom Rune essentially, getting the enemy kill, That's just more experience going his way. And I don't know if he thought that he already used the Cold Snap or why he even tried for a TP there, but that's minus 100 gold for him.
Ooh, nice waiting there, holding on to the Shadow Realm hit for Ramses after he uses his Time Walk.
Oh, Chrono immediately
they go for the
committed.
Chronos here, though. Mira can't do much. Doesn't have that level 6 just yet, but somehow Collapse still alive. And try to run for his life. They do have a little bit of that Fatal Bonds, but it's not connected. It's already gone now. Mira, not looking too great right now. He's going to try to make his moves. He's got a couple of these wand charges, trying to break some ankles, but no, Ramsey still will get the kill. Is over in the mid lane. Hello, Laurel. This is feeling like it might be goodbye, Laurel, if they're not careful. But Moshka is here. Leech Seed coming out, plus the Nature's Grasp. Dawnbreaker coming in hot, though. Going to be able to go and protect. They have the dust. Nice tornado coming off from Laurel. I don't think it's going to be quite enough, though, as he will end up falling.
Oh, no,
but
Moshka,
he wants this kill on Kiyotaka so bad, but this heal is doing too much. Tries to go for the Leech Seed. In comes Collapse. He'll finish him off.
Collapse get it, and then he runs away, but that was 2 heroes down for the side of Team Spirit, and we see the value of the Dawnbreaker. They picked it so they could protect the Arc Warden. Definitely served its purpose there with the first ulti coming in towards mid. And Laurel not having a very good start, starting to, fall behind a little bit here after dying there.
And I mean, that was something that you said we had to be very, very mindful of, is that Laurel needs to be not falling too far behind, needs to be like drawing even.
Yeah, he's still not too far, but again, look at this aggressive use of the immediate when they have the clone, they just try and go on him. So definitely the attention should be towards mid lane. Both the teams are identifying this as well.
Some pressure being placed on Willow here on the side, but just going to draw their attention away. And Potion's just hanging out in the tree, still sitting at level 5 right now. Don't quite have that overgrowth on him just yet.
Yeah, I want to see what Collapse is going to decide to do here as well in this game, as he has the maxed out dash. Gonna try to go over on Faces Void.
Well, they might have enough damage here. It's looking pretty good. Curse Crown connecting. Do they have the final little bit? Solo, though.
Doesn't get
sitting
the
at
bash.
level 5. Doesn't have the capability to fully take these guys down, but Antari's rotating on in. As Miro does die to Yatoro. And a couple friends. Miro's not looking great, though. Ooh. There goes the Dark Willow.
Good rotation, early rotation here from the Arc Warden. Not just sitting in lane mid, but making moves to the other lanes. Normally, Arc Wardens just want to farm towards that super early Midas.
Okay.
Oh boy. That's a huge kill to just get like that, and all the solo experience as well.
I think he figured that they just all left.
Yeah, a little bit greedy. Oh, a Swedish voice line coming in from Collapse. Mr. Script. That means sort of stop talking, start trolling. Yeah, very nice.
I forget, did Wepas also do a... Well, hold that thought as solo.
Yeah.
It's going for that D ward, but... Let's get slowed down. The rest of the team's here, though. They're in a good position to put this pressure down. And again, still no level 6 just yet for this Warlock, as Collapse ends up dying. Another one. Nice avalanche coming up from Antares. They have the cold snap, though. They're going to try to turn this back around. Maposhka's here. Tries to give chase. They'll be able to punish the Tiny.
They're doing a good job just identifying that they need to sit around mid, but that's also when they lose Collapse top, right? He gets left alone there, committed another Chrono, take him down. Getting kills off Chrono cooldown is really big here for Faces Void. Yatoro has been left alone a lot as well, though. His Morphling is starting to exert a ton of pressure on bottom.
I mean, he's just they're teleporting in and try to turn back around. In comes Antares. Do they have the burst? Are they going to be able to finish off this Morphling? Not quite yet. They've got a charge onto Miero. But they'll end up losing solo. In comes the choo-choo. They high-five as they go on through. The power of teamwork and friendship. My goodness. Collapse now turns his attention. They are having things going on in the mid lane. They'll finish off Kiyotaka. And now they just have to finish off the Tempest doubles. They're still chasing after Antares. Antares, though, nice avalanche will slow down. Man, this game, just all of a sudden, the pedal got put to the metal.
This is what you expect when you see Invoker and Spirit Breaker coming out from Team Spirit. It's such an aggressive draft, but I want to say that 9 Pandas are playing in a very, very high tempo style as well with the draft that they have. They have long cooldowns, and it's a bit awkward for them. They don't have those 6 yet on a Warlock, which is, you know, something that they desperately need here to get the ulti online. But they really have been making a lot of moves as well.
Yeah, that's what I was keeping an eye on. I'm guessing Maposhka has used that overgrowth in this mid lane. Another Nature's Grasp over onto Solo, slowing him down quite a bit. And there's not too much that Kiyotaka can really do to protect him. So they'll follow up with the Tornado, and they're happy with that.
Man, poor Solo. He just wanted level 6. He's so close to getting level 6, and he just wanted to walk down and leech a bit of experience, but it's dangerous to do so. The deep vision as well by Team Spirit allows them to be pretty confident here.
Runner down for 30 still. Collapse starts to put the pressure down. He's going to try to go for that terrorize. Does end up actually connecting, but Dawnbreaker... Uh-oh.
Poor baby.
Okay. A little bit of a tactical pause moment here. Yeah.
Good lord.
Some lag. Dawnbreaker with a nice save initially. I wonder if Faces Void is going to make it. He only has 3 points in Time Walk, so he has 6 more seconds he needs to stay alive for before he can Time Walk again.
That is one thing I didn't consider, is the fact that the Terrorize, when you've got a Dawnbreaker in the game, right, you're going to be able to move that hero that she's teleporting down onto.
Yeah, you can push them out of the heal, basically.
That's pretty great. Again, more pressure. Ramsey sitting very low. The final hit comes in from Mira. They got the fatal bonds down, but again, Solo, he doesn't have that level 6 hit. Maposha probably going to fall for this. Will end up being the sacrifice as Collapse hiding into this corner. Does have a charge available if he wants to try to run away. Antari's not finding the opening. Solo and Miro both hunting, but it's just going to go run right on out. And he does finally get that level 6 online for Warlock, so it's available for the next fight, but might be a bit. Kiyotaka in the mid lane. Antari's does teleport through.
Doesn't have charge yet. He charged a creep wave.
Ooh, in comes Yatra. Okay, good avalanche. We'll slow them down. The toss up into the air, but this is not looking great for the Tiny. Do they go for the dive? Those are the questions. Ramsey's here. He has himself the Chronosphere. Yatra will be able to run as they finish off on Kiyotaka. Yatra, this is not looking great for Ramsey's doing everything. And he's not healing. Doesn't quite have it. The overgrowth will come in. Laurel sitting quite low now. Needs more of a heal. This is not looking good. That deafening blast buys him a little bit of time, but not nearly enough.
Gonna lose both their carry and their mid at the end of the day. They did get that 1 kill on Arc Warden with the Spirit Breaker. Could get another one.
He's got to run for the hills now, though, because he's being chased by pretty much everyone on the side of 9 Pandas now.
And time dilation almost spells his doom. He has charge in 1 second. He can get out. Maybe. Oh, he missed vision.
Does he go? There he is. Zoom. See you later. Choo-choo.
He's off to safety and gonna start pushing top a little bit as well, or clear the creeps here. He's building towards the Octarine next on the Spirit Breaker. Midas is online, and then second item Octarine. It's looking like a Doom build, you know, Doom item build.
I can see that. So I'm curious, what are the plays that 9 Pandas needs to make now? Because it's been a lot of cast, but now you don't have a bunch of these big ultimates, right? You don't have the chaotic offer. Oh, look at Laurel. Laurel doing Laurel things. It's just a Tempest Double, so it's not that spooky, but they're making moves, and this is what I like to see from Spirit.
Yeah, they're going in. They have deep vision, so trying to get the Faceless Void, but Arquan is also there, making it awkward for them.
Ramses and Kiyotaka.
If they leave him, they could maybe go on him, but they don't have Spirit Breaker anywhere close.
They need hard lockdown, I think. Although this Cold Snap's looking pretty darn good. They still get the kill, and the Dawnbreaker ultimate comes out. So that is one where I would say it's a little bit of a waste, Waga.
Yeah, Dawnbreaker ulti came just a little bit too late there, but even if it was earlier, they have Spirit Vessel, so the healing is mitigated a lot now.
Well, they wanted Antares, but not sure. Do they keep pursuing this? There's a lot of teleports coming in, a lot of heroes. Miro's here. Slow down Laurel, throw down that hammer. Tempest Double, just dishing out some more of this damage with those Spark Rates and that Flux.
Collapse keeping it alive.
They have themselves the Dark Willow in position. They don't have Chronosphere, so they'll take down a Tempest Double. The team is in a nice position here with Yathro over in this buy angle. Making moves on Faceless even. Look at this. They have a charge. They want them. They've got themselves another strike too if they want. That's just a dead Ramses. He can't do anything as another fight breaks out over in mid. Maposhka in an awkward position, already using that overgrowth, but Antari taking a lot of damage. Can they finish him off? That takedown too. Laurel finding yet another one here on the side. Okay, Solo, he goes. He drops that ultimate. Trying to put out as much damage. Try to take down Mira. Mira, of course, having himself that Fuel Scepter. Laurel ends up dying, but what a fight.
Yeah, they took down everyone except for Arc Warden right now. Kiyotaka sitting so far back. The only reason he's alive is because he's playing really, really safe as well in these fights. And we see Collapse not really worried about anything here as he's, you know, feeling pretty dominant in this game. 6-2 and 3. Really happy we got to see a core Spirit Breaker game this early, because this hero has been on the rise and it's showing itself in this game. Just be very, very useful for them.
I always think that Collapse has like some of the best positioning too, in terms of like offlaners in the game. So definitely a hero that thrives on movement and positions.
Full Octarine, 17 minutes for him with the Midas as well. He is going to get real strong in this game. And he's level 14. Like, he's one full level ahead of the Arc Warden, who's running double Midas.
Another find here on Antares. We'll be able to cancel out the charge, but it's also another strike. A little bit of a toss back. Maposhka, they've done enough. They're happy with the pressure they put on him. They do have to be careful, though, because Void does have the Chronosphere back up now. As Miro also need to be a little bit careful. Doesn't have to terrorize. Is going to get ground targeted here, but will immediately just teleport away.
Yeah, get to safety, forced a little bit of reaction, but finally they get the D ward here on 9 Pandas. Importantly, clearing out the vision over the ancient area that they've died to before, but they didn't find the other ward.
Still putting pressure on Maposhka. He's got 9 seconds for his ultimate. They're going to try to buy him the time, but it's just not there. Turn their attention to Antares. They'll rip him apart. Yatoro going to farm. A little bit of a just charge coming out from Collapse as he's jumping over onto the actual Arc Worm. They're going to just Delta split to make sure Miro can't land the Solar Guardian.
Yeah, they had to commit the Solar Guardian immediately, but that's just resources poked out by Team Spirit. And now they can back off. Again, the cooldown's being forced here.
Collapse just zipping on through. Says hello. Oh, he goes for the Chronosphere on Collapse. It's like, well, I mean, if you're going to be in the neighborhood, I'm down. It's going to be a nice kill.
Yeah, that's some fast food delivery to Ramses. He's going to take it. He probably thought he was safe. That's what happens, you know. You praise someone for their good positioning. They get a little bit too close to Face's Void. Good awareness by Ramses to go for that kill right there.
They have Overgrowth if they want to try to use it on Mier, although he doesn't have much for mana. Does have 7 Swan charges. They'll slow him down, hold him in place, and that's not even going to be necessary. And Maposhka will treat himself to a greater Fairy Fire.
This game is starting to look a lot like last game. Laurel is having a fantastic time just, you know, running around, getting kills all over the place. He's already being involved in 16 of their 20 kills. That's more kills than 9 Pandas have total. Like, this guy is getting active, and I like his item build as well, going towards a BKB next tier. Going to be very useful against Arc Warden's damage sources.
I mean, this is one of those moments where, you know, you talked earlier about how people were kind of, you know, hating on Laurel, but he's shown that he deserves to be here. He is very, very strong.
Yeah, I think he's just hit his stride lately. He's, you know, every series that I've watched of him recently, it feels like he's delivering beyond expectations for a game. So nice to see that he's still looking in form here. To look a little bit at the rest of the players in Team Spirit, though, we were close to having a full Blink dagger on Willow. She's playing aggressively here. Blink Yule's combo will be super good for him to keep himself alive here.
They smoked over on the side of Pandas. They see themselves Maposhka. They do not have the Chronosphere, so they go for the Overgrowth. So still most likely going to be a dead Maposhka.
A little bit too greedy there, trying to go in and farm the creep wave.
Perhaps a dead Miero, though, in the top lane. That'll be a dead Miero, and that's going to be a tower. Man, look at how hard Yatoro hits, like, especially with the Alacrity. Oof.
Yeah, with the Alacrity as well, they can probably think to take Roche early here. 10 seconds until the Wisdom Rune, so we see them swiftly change their attention down towards the bottom area, forcing them back. But 9 Pandas still got their Wisdom Rune, but I don't know if they're in good shape to contest Roshan here if Team Spirit decide to back up and go towards it. Oh, look at the mind games. Yatoro is sending 2 illusions, or, you know, 1 illusion, 1 real hero forward here.
Solo getting held in the brambles. We'll see the charge come out from Collapse. Again, Ramses, he's not in position. He does not have the Chronosphere just yet, so he's not going to be able to go and try to defend. And the rest of the team not in position either, so should be a tower going over to the side of Spirit and perhaps even this Tormentor.
Yeah, they're already pinging the Tormentor, so they want to go towards it. They're using...
Just trying to get some information. Looks like they're going to try to fight for this. They do have the Chronosphere up now, so depending on how they approach this, a bit of that time dilation, they'll beat up Mira.
They have the Dawn ulti as well, so it's a very scary fight for Team Spirit to take there. After Dark Will gets caught out a little bit out of position, they just back out, reset. Team Spirit do not want to take the big team fights. They have the way weaker team fights overall, but they want to take these scrappy engagements all over the place. That's how they built this 11,000 gold lead that they have right now. And that's how they're going to keep expanding it. Just force something all the time. Poke a little bit here, a little bit there. Do not give them a full 5v5 fight.
I think also, like, you're in a good position where, you know, you're working on getting yourself a BKB on your Invoker. You've got some good itemization growth going on all these other heroes. Like, just chill, right? Like, go take Roche, take another objective that doesn't require you to take these big team fights, and then you're in a much better position in like a couple minutes from now.
Yeah, Morphling is going to feel really safe with the Aegis in hand as well to just start pushing towards those tier 2 towers. And the Tormentor is still there, the tower is still there. They could just go straight back towards the bottom tower. Looks like that's what they're going to be doing.
I'd really like to see Maposhka pick up the shard on this tree. I feel like that's going to be so useful to get more of a a good positioning when they have to take these fights.
It's interesting to see they didn't go for it yet. They also got... Wait, did he buy that? Really? Huh. Okay, so Collapse bought his shard on Spirit Breaker already, which is a very early purchase, considering that he only has Midas and Octarine at this point. And it's curious to me because a lot of people think, this shard is not good enough or whatever, but it did get a buff recently. It went from, 25% to like 75% now magic resistance when you activate it, but it's only until you take a spell. The effect ends as soon as the first spell is redirected, so it's curious to see him go for that instead of going for like earlier Shadow Blade or going towards maybe an Aghanims even. Yeah, just would not have expected it, to be honest. I'm not even sure what spell he wants to redirect here, because looking at the enemy team, I guess Fatal Bonds? I don't know, dude, but it still spreads. It doesn't...
I don't know. I was looking at that too. I was like, which spell is it being redirected?
It's just Flux and Fatal Bonds. I guess you can redirect the Toss as well, but it's not... I don't think that works. I think that only works if you target on the target. I think it's not gonna... It's not gonna protect the guy from being tossed out. It's just who you toss it to can redirect, I think.
It's like we're having some issues, unfortunately, for tech.
Yeah, apparently need a little bit of a pause here. We have tech support coming in from Collapse though.
I'm sure we've got people on the scene ready to take a look and see what they can do to help them out here. Oh man, I loved Ted's voice line, but what I really wanted, because his is like, how is that balanced, right? He's got like a goofy kind of voice. I just want angry Ted. Give me angry Empyrean Flax, just yelling, how is that balanced? Like, that's what I want so much.
Yeah, I love the help one. It sounds even better because to me it sounds like he's in a box or something, His voice is a little bit far away, so it makes the voice line all that much better. Man, the voice lines for this year are really hilarious. There's a lot of good ones.
I'm disappointed because I feel like I could have gotten away with being a little bit more snarky, hearing other people's, because I was like, oh, I have to be careful. It can't be construed as, something too toxic. But then some of them I'm like, whoa, what?
Yeah, I mean
good for them, get that bag. But I was just like, man, I could have done something else. That would have been fun.
Yeah, always. Every time after I submit, I get an idea for something else I should have done instead, and I'm like, oh well,
I think one of my favorites, I'm a big Sheepo fan, personally. Hers made me, I was taking a drink because I was having coffee with my stream.
Two Dota players in the lane.
They might kiss, and I just was not expecting it. I just, snarked my coffee. It was just all over. I was like, oh my God, that's incredible. That was one I really liked. I like Caps, too. His anime. Power up. Oh, I'm a big weeb here. Really enjoy that.
Also, I mean, not just the voice lines from the support pipe, but the general that we have translations now for the in-game voice lines feels so good. It's nice that you can finally understand some of the Chinese or Russian voice lines that didn't know before.
I know, because in the past, it was always depending, Jack, can you make a post and translate all of these Chinese voice lines for us? Because some of them are real sassy too.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty great, some of them. But I'm just looking at the game right now, thinking about how the game is going to evolve from here, because this game, it's pretty much gone the way I expected looking at the draft, to be honest. The Arc Warden, it's worked out kind of well, but he also is always so scared just because of the Spirit Breaker. And I feel like Collapse is becoming more and more a dominant force. And there's been no real effort to shut down this Morphling. Yatoro is just huge this game. They don't really have great tools to gank him, but that's just going to keep becoming a bigger and bigger problem. In teamfights, he can turn into Faceless Void, and then he's nearly unkillable on Morphling.
Well, that was the question for me, too, is, again, talking about supports. I'm a support player. I'm sorry. People are probably shut up, Moxie, about supports. But it's one of those things where Maposhka was able to rotate really early and just leave Yatoro in that bottom line. Yes, he was facing off a Dawnbreaker, but also you were seeing Antares making his own rotation. So this is a hero that can stay in lane and be perfectly fine. Like, you have to be careful. You have to have the vision. You have to know where the other enemies are. But it has definitely paid off in terms of, letting him get the levels, letting him just do his own thing. Whereas in the top lane, Faceless Void, also one of those heroes that should be able to have the freedom.
Ooh,
as Solo just, all right, there was a...
They just kill him and then the boss comes in again.
Still tags.
Oh no. All that changed was that Solo has gone from being with us to not being with us.
Rest in pepperonis, my goodness.
This is an awkward moment as well, because they're right on top of the Faceless Void.
Don't kill me, please. He's got Chronosphere up too. He's got Chronosphere, he's got his BKB. Like, the only thing that's going for them right now, like, if Ramses uses this Chrono, it's completely to run away, right? It's got to be for running away, or at least getting closer to the tower, so that way people can teleport in, because no one else on this team is nearby.
I think
he doesn't even bother. He's just going to beeline out.
Yeah, I think he can't kill them, because they could still just use the Adaptive Strike Strength nuke on him to stun him a little bit on Faceless Void, and Treant was close enough to help out. So he just gets out to safety. But look at Team Spirit, they're backing out without trying to steal the Tormentor here. So good respect on their team. I mean, easy to get greedy there and want the Tormentor as well, but probably smarter to get away.
It's such a break of momentum though, right? Like,
it's not really a break of momentum there. There is just a dangerous thing. There was a ward on it, so they would be punished for it.
He's got the Shadow Blade. He sees Ramses. Could potentially try to make something happen. Thinks about that another strike. Walks right over to the side. Ramses probably feeling that Spidey sense tingle a little bit.
More pokes high ground, forces a little bit of reactions, and gonna back out again.
How much longer do we have on this Aegis? So it's a fresh Aegis.
Going for the steal now. Not gonna be there in time to do anything to punish it. So despite having an observer ward that saw that, that's just a free shard over on Mira.
It's a good shard. A little bit more control on the map, never a bad thing to have.
Yeah, I mean, Willow and Treant both are amazing shards, so whichever one you get there, you're pretty happy. And you still have the other Tormentor to fall back on later if you ever do want to fall back. But right now, it's just, them keeping 9 Pandas in their base.
Collapse is going to get run at here by Miara and Kiyotaka, but with the Willow being in position, we'll slow him down a little bit. Tara is making his way over, has the Avalanche. We'll get the toss back into the rest.
He's out.
Oh, they used the Chronosphere just for Collapse.
And
they even used
too.
the Golem off to the side, figuring, oh my God. All right, there's a little bit of miscommunication, I think, here.
Yeah, that was expensive. That was not what you want to have happen.
Look at this, Yathrop does not care. Has to be careful though, because there is going to be the jump in from the Solar Guardian. And he's just shredding through Miaro. He does not care that he's got a blade mail. Gives no cares at all. Overgrowth's going to get used from Aposhka. Ramses BKB, he's just going to chase after. While this is going on, Solo will end up falling on the back lines. Taris, they're going to, they finish it off. It's a triple kill for Yathrop.
The Yathrop is so good. His immediate reaction there when he saw any form of defense was just to, keep going, go more aggressive, jumps in onto the Arc Warden, turns into Arc Warden, puts down the bubble, and his right clicks were just devastating from there. Takes down the Arc real quick, and that's also the downside. If you use both your big ultis there of the Chaotic Offering and the Chrono, you can't really do anything about Morph, and he's not looking to slow down. 1 minute 30 on this Aegis. You know that he wants to go for even more stuff with this timing.
Yeah, you can see this aggression coming out as they immediately rip apart Kiyotaka, and then Miero jumped in with the Solar Guardian and the Blade Mail, but just they didn't have enough left at this point. They didn't have the means to hold him into place. Yes, Maposhka ended up having to use that Overgrowth and died for it, but the BKB got used on Faceless Void. And then the rest of them are just allowed to run around and do whatever because they don't have the threat of the Chronosphere. They don't have the threat of the Chaotic Offering. And now they're kind of on the back foot. Like, look at this. Laurel
he doesn't have BKB yet.
Ramses. And yeah, he's going to try to run, but they've got the Terrorize. You've got a charge coming in. There's only so much that your team can do for you. He's just dead. And now Yathrop, all right, the Avalanche slows down just a little bit, but he's got his eyes on Solo. He's going to rip him apart.
Yatoro diving easily here, has the lifesteal as well, even got the Manta style ready, so he is just diving in, and even if there's a buyback on the Faceless Void, he's not gonna have ulti.
Miera jumping forward, sees Miera, just pushes him back a little bit. They'll use the fortification, they drop the bubble over on top as well. But they still have this Aegis for another 20-something seconds, and they're making the most of it right now. Taris throw back over onto the Spirit Breaker. They'll end up getting a kill. This is not looking great though now for Miero as he is getting stuck over here on the side. They're trying to give support onto Yato. He is godlike, and Taris next on the list for just absolute destruction. My God.
Turning into Tiny as well there and turning it around on the enemy, just tossing them around. This is just the Morphling absolutely happy and enjoying life as he's just pushing without anyone threatening him.
They have a smoke over onto Ramsey solo also. They both have these ultimates in preparation. Ramses has to be so careful though. The amount of damage coming out for Yatoro is just massive.
Yeah, they don't have the damage to kill. He denies it.
He's like, fine, you can do that, but you can't have it. And Yatoro does not care. Goes deep here over onto solo. He's got to just fight Ramses. Ramses can't do anything right now. He needs the rest of his team, and they are just not available. Goes with the BKB. Okay, they'll use the overgrowth, and this is a dead Ramses. He's just absolutely dead.
All right, he has the shard even, so even if you chrono there, it doesn't matter. He can shift it around as he wants. This is just going to be a continuous push. Goodbye, clowns.
Goodbye, clowns.
Wow. Yeah, looks like Team Spirit are feeling pretty confident this one is over. 27,000 lead.
I mean, they're respawning. They're coming back up. Like, you don't want to drop a single game. Maybe, you know, it's a bit of a Hail Mary, but perhaps, you know, maybe you can make something happen. Perhaps they get too greedy.
Yeah, I don't see them really throwing this away here.
Rough, though. Yeah.
It's going to be very, very tough to do anything as the push is coming in bottom now as well. Spirit Breaker picked up the creep wave, and Morphling just making his way over. And what are you going to do? You've been forced to use your ultis here and there. The chrono was expended again, so there's nothing really to hope for.
All right, there's going to be the buyback. No Chronosphere, though. Again, I don't know what they can hope to do. They do have the Warlock ulti. All right, they'll go for an Avalanche, try to get themselves in a better position. Yatoro in the middle of the Solar Guardian. Ramses, though, he's just dead. It's too late. He's not there. There's no buyback on this Faceless Void. Their hard hitter is no longer hitting because he is just out of the game. BKB is going to have to get used for Laurel. He's taking a lot of damage from Kiyotaka, but he's going to go for the Ghost Walk collapse, getting into position. As they're waiting patiently over here on the side. Void's dead.
They're just healing up, getting their resources back again here as well. Invoker staying in that Ghost Walk, and Morphling getting full HP with the Satanic over on the Ancients. And he's coming in. This Butterfly Satanic, Eye of Scotty Morphling is heading towards your base again, and there's just nobody anywhere close to being able to deal with this guy.
No. Mira very aggressively blinks forward over onto Kiyotaka. The charge coming out from Collapse. Needs to be careful, doesn't go right into that. But Solo ends up dying. The meatball gets dropped. Kiyotaka Mira, they are just ripped apart. The buybacks come out. That is not looking good. Yeah, they call GG. Team Spirit showing up here in this game number 2, and they take the whole gosh darn thing.
He wants the rampage. Give him the rampage.
Give him the
Overkill.
rampage.
No, not in time. They managed to stay alive long enough to not give him the satisfaction, but you know what? He's gonna get the 2-0 victory here in the